That is quite enough, Declan.
My patience runs thinner than a stick man on a diet. I would advise you to start cooperating.
You are a gutless, gormless clown of a so-called agent. You will wring nothing from me.
You are a man of paramount importance. I am under strict orders to maintain your welfare, so I've gone easy on you. If you are not forthcoming, I shall have to resort to stronger methods.
I couldn't sufficiently care, Milado. What you basically said is that you cannot lay a finger on me. So I'm immune to anything you can say or do.
Let's cut out the bluff. This machine will surely draw the deep waters out of you.
Mr. Marzo, you have been under intense interrogation here at headquarters for the past fortnight, confined from any access to the outside world. Not even CCTV in this room.
Your puerile patronage is not appreciated.
Why do you suppose that is?
You tell me.
You won't get under my skin that easily, Declan. 2 weeks ago, we at headquarters heard a rumor that simply could not be ignored. Purportedly, there is a password. A password which gives its wielder incomprehensible power. The user has access to all of London's secrets.
That's a lovely fairy tale.
We understand that this was issued by Number One himself and entrusted into the care of just one agent for emergencies. However, this secret has inexplicably been leaked to the world by means of telegrams, radio announcements, and newspapers. The entire world is in a frenzy, determined to be the highest bidder for this password.
Your veracity cannot be challenged. This is true. And there is no way London will be able to outbid others to protect itself.
You almost sound pleased. In the wrong hands, this could bring London to its knees and cause untold espionage.
Who cares?
Mr. Marzo, you are the man who is entrusted with this password. Perhaps you'd care to explain how its existence is now known by all countries, huh?
You, Milado, are squeezing blood from a stone.
I see. We will continue this another time. I want you to think about what we've discussed today.
What's going on? What are you doing? No! Ken, there was another man who knew! Thomas Duplessis! Thomas said, please, I'll never forgive you!
My dear fellow, you have just sold London to me. We are not happy with you, XO4.
Why, it's a pleasure to see you too, Moxie. It's good to put a face to a voice on the telephone. You appreciate that it takes matters of supreme importance to bring Sir Charles Moxie out from his duties to meet you personally, Mr. Aura. Here's a friendly warning to tread carefully. Pray tell, Moxie, whatever is the concern?
I would like a straight answer from you.
Ruler.
Do not play me for a fool, Mr. Aura. A few hours ago, Declan Marzo, under your care, was found in the interrogation room in a coma. There's no telling when he'll wake up, and by then it could very well be too late.
Coma? That's not good.
No, it is not.
I must admit, this behaviour does surprise me, Mr. Aura. I'd like to think I knew you better than that. I do concede that my methods may seem extreme to some, but I would never go beyond reason. Never would I tax that machine beyond what it is capable of. I never go past the third setting. You must understand, Moxie.
Your actions have severely crippled our operations. We're grasping for leads now. I suppose it might be worthwhile if you happen to learn anything useful from him.
Regrettably, I did not learn anything.
But the pie is in your court now. Since you spilled the pig swill, you can be the one to clear it up.
Has anyone ever told you about this concept called being cheery? I'll teach you sometime. Fret not, sir. I may have a saving grace. After extensive research through the archives, we were able to determine that Declan has connections with another agent, Thomas Duplessis. Thomas Duplessis? That's a notorious name in our circles. He has personal contact with number one. He primarily works undercover and is difficult to contact directly. However, his file indicates that he enjoys flying helicopters at the weekend. Are you suggesting I apply for a pilot's license? Not quite, Mr. Aura. Head to the scrapyard by the Thames and rendezvous with head of our department. He'll meet you there.
Well, I'd better absquatulate. Number one will wonder where I have departed to. Just remember, XO4, no more mistakes.
Understood, sir. You have to discover more about Thomas Duplessis. Start at the helicopter recreation ground where he spends his weekends.
But I already knew that. You're not in this very much, are you?
Well, I've got to go to a swanky gathering. Can't be late. Oh, by the way, here's a folder. I beg your pardon, Mr.
Call me Tchaikovsky. Boeing Tchaikovsky.
How do you do? How do you do? Could you spare a moment of your time? I wish to inquire about a man named Mr. Thomas Duplessis. What is so amusing?
No, never mind. I'm afraid you can't speak to Mr. Duplessis.
Why ever not? Are you holding him hostage?
No, nothing like that. He's dead.
How unfortuitous. There is an issue of national importance, and I was rather hoping to discuss it with him. May I ask the cause?
About 13 days ago, Duplessis took to the skies, as he usually does on weekends, and he crashed right into that hill over there. Died instantly.
Might there be reason to suspect foul play?
Well, the clay pigeon shooting is in the field just over there.
That is not what I meant.
I gives you my word of honor, I personally checked Duplessis before takeoff. There was absolutely nothing out of order, and I dare say is the happiest I ever see him. Of course, some say he was shot down or his helicopter was somehow modified, but I don't buy that.
We suspect that he was a priceless commodity. It's not out of the question that there are some out there who would prefer him not breathing.
He never spoke much about his line of work, but I gather maybe it was something serious business?
Well, I am not at liberty to divulge that information. Would I be permitted to examine the crash site, perchance?
Be my guest. The police already finished their work here last week, but if you wish to satiate your innate curiosity, I shan't prevent you. It's just so funny.
What is it?
You've asked me this already.
What the deviled egg?
Ah, my reflection is talking back to me. I never thought I'd live to see the day.
Who are you?
I think that is the question I should be asking of you. I'm flattered that you would choose to imitate me.
I think you should know that I am an only child, so you cannot pass off as some twin of mine.
I know! It's in my file. You sabotaged Declan's interrogation, didn't you?
Sabotage? No, dear boy. I completed it. Found what I was looking for. I assume you've already caught up with Mr. Duplessis?
We discovered this information through intense investigation and research.
What a pity. In any case, I think we can both agree that I am ahead of the game here. I can't be wasting precious iotas blathering to some walking petri dish like you. I must warn you, I snapped the rafter in two with my bare hands.
Was that after the termites came along? Well, I suppose we owe a fist fight to them, to the people who are watching. On second thoughts, I'm out of here.
Ah, bless, he wants to play cat and mouse. You come right back here this instant.
Well, I suppose we'll have to call you X04. Be seeing you.
This is frequency 140.96. Repeat, 140.96. Aura! Mr. Aura! Please respond!
Cologne, Inspector Chief?
Mr. Aura! We've been trying to contact you for hours! Moxie would like you back at headquarters immediately. It's an official summon. Don't worry, I will be there to greet you.
The pieman returns from his slumber.
I was attacked in the line of duty, sir. Laugh about that if you can.
Why don't you save it until the violins arrive?
Now look here,
Now, gentlemen. Let's keep a civil tongue.
Mr. Aura, perhaps you can explain something to me. What have you got against Colonel Ovens?
I'm not with you, Moxie, sir. You speak in riddles. I've known the Colonel for years. He's one of my best acquaintances.
I see. So this is what you are claiming. When you accepted this job, X04, you were well aware of the muddy waters that you were diving into. Now, if you can't stand the smell, stay out of the sewer.
I don't know what this concerns, sir.
Ah! He pleads ignorance. Simple child.
Very well.
Behold, Exhibit A. It orders the termination of one Colonel Ovens.
Huh? What double-crossing congenital lunatic would do a stupid thing like that?
He has chutzpah, this one. By your own words, you condemn yourself, X04. This edict was signed by you.
Now that is a forgery. I would never.
I grow extremely irritated of your idiotic intolerance. But be it not said that I am an unreasonable man. I will give you one opportunity to explain yourself.
And explain I shall. I have a twin. Someone is impersonating me.
My, how convenient! An exact replica that walks, talks, and breathes just as you do. I don't know where you get the wherewithal to invent such ludicrous notions.
I met him at the crash site. He is searching for the password with ulterior intent, and the longer we waste blathering here, he gets closer to finding it.
Quick query. Do you recall our discussion about Declan's files earlier this morning?
No, Colonel. I haven't set foot in this building all day.
I see. Then there may be some credence to your claim. Moxie... Enough, Colonel. Enough. Number 1 will expect me back soon to unload his vats of caviar and champagne. Let's make this quick. X04, you put me between a rock and another rock. If you are lying, it means you signed the death warrant of a fellow agent. Of course, if you are telling the truth, it means you are a security risk.
But, sir...
In the absence of evidence, I have no alternative. Your role is rescinded, effective immediately.
But, sir...
There are no buts, Aura. You're off the case.
Pack your things and go!
Colonel, please, you must believe me.
I'm sorry, Mr. Aura.
My dear chap, you've asked me this already.
Do you really not remember our discussion this morning?
You signed this edict. You mobilized Declan. It was you.
I should be asking. Who am I?
Oh, I know. It's just so funny.
That is not the way it's going to sound to X04.
Mr. Aura!
why are you here? Well, I thought you might like this. A little memento.
Ah, my first holiday request. Well, I suppose it's the thought that counts.
I believed you when you said you had a double going round. I just couldn't say anything in front of Moxie. He's my boss too, you know. Colonel, I must ask you, what did you tell this other X04 during your morning encounter? To my great shame and detriment, I told him everything, all the information we have acquired during this investigation. I even told him about Declan, the information on how to reach the location where the password is entered, and even all the security clearance codes. Tell me you knew it already! Sorry. It's not your fault, Colonel. This fellow is an intelligent mandrake and ruthless. I may as well fill you in now then. The password system is located at the Crossband building in the Great Estuary of the Thames. Situated within is a huge amount of cool little buttons that light up and make the place seem all technical and scientific. However, this is all a farce. The building really just houses a single computer room wherein the password is entered. Colonel, you put great faith in me. Well, it's a two-way street. You remember that narrow escape we had in Brussels? Left me with a bitter taste in my mouth. In any case, I'll stick by you, even if no one else does. I'm obliged. Of course, since we still have a doppelganger on the loose, it is imperative to make sure our channel is not corrupted. Therefore, I'm changing our frequency to 140.85. Understand? I'll repeat, 140.85. Make sure you remember those instructions, it's very important. Colonel! I can prove it. I can prove that I am the true agent. Arrange an official summon for X04 and tell Moxie to come to headquarters immediately. Make him do it. I'll do as you say, Mr. Aura. But for your sake, I hope you're right.
How droll. I should have known that both of you would have the gall to show up.
What is the meaning of this, Colonel? It is simultaneously a blatant intrusion, a security risk, and a waste of time. You're not surprised that there's two of us?
It concerns me minusculely. What matters is securing that password, and you two are interfering to the highest degree.
Fret not, sir. We will settle this matter once and for all. Very well. What do you have in mind? Marksmanship? Fingerprints? A pair of battle axes in a very dark cellar. There is no need to go to such lengths. I propose to present just one piece of evidence to prove that I am the genuine article, and he is fresh off the assembly line. In other words, he wants to embarrass himself. So be it. Quickly now. As you say. Behold, the signed official edict. Ugh. What a pity your evidence doesn't exist. Ah, you can keep that. It's a duplicate. Just like you. Are we all done interrupting? Let's use this other copy the Colonel made for me. I invite you all to carefully examine the signature. Handwriting cannot be forged, meaning if this scrawl is different, it is the work of an imposter. Agree? Agreed. Tell me, Moxie, how do you read this signature? You dare to take me for a cheap cretin? It says X04. No, you're wrong. This errant infantile dares to question his superior. You're finished. Be silent, Moxie. What are you getting at? This signature does not read X04. Rather, it reads X04. In all my years, I have been fastidious to never sign with zero. Of course, only an incompetent poser who is unfamiliar with Secret Service would assume that the O in my code name was a number rather than a letter. You Londonian scrod. Of course, it's going to be difficult to prove your cute little theory.
What do you mean?
You see, X04, if you really were an agent, you would be familiar with our disposal procedure. Tell him, Moxie.
That is correct. When an agent is terminated, we remove all trace of him. Documents, files, papers, even electronic. They simply do not exist. Ergo, we cannot compare this signature with a pre-existing document. Your aspersions fall flat.
No.
It's late, I'm tired, and you bore me. My security guards will be up here to escort you from the premises. I'm sorry about all the trouble, real XO4. Welcome back.
Well, I could have identified myself much earlier, but it would hardly have been fair.
Hold it! Take a look at this.
I say.
Now do you see?
No, I couldn't possibly accept this. It's illegal evidence. But sir, who authenticated this document? There now, get off your well-upholstered posterior and return our finest agent to the force. Henceforth, this matter is now settled and closed. Welcome back, X04.
Let's just say that duplicity is a trait which I despise uninhibitedly. What's your name?
Curtis, you went to an awful lot of trouble to look like me. You must be a fan.
I knew that this X04 is the most influential field agent, so I could have free reign among the ranks, do as I pleased. How was I supposed to know that you used both letters and numbers in your code names?
You should know. It's in my file. Arrest this slice of imitation cheese and place him in detention.
No! This is a farce! Not after all my hard work!
Ahoy, sir. Moxie speaking. Yes, the matter has been dealt with. Yes, he has been exonerated. He was in the clear all along. I see. Understood. Farewell. Now, let's address this password business. XO4, where are we at? We've established that two men, Declan and Duplessis, both agents, were entrusted with this password. Double-dealing Declan deliberately revealed its existence to the world, while Duplessis died the following day. So long as both these men are out of action, there is no longer any threat. Capiche? Excellent progress. Now, hear me further. Number one is appalled at the treachery of Declan. He desires a replacement. Hence, he has given me orders to issue Declan's password to a new custodian, a man of greater noble character. You, and you alone.
Sir.
It's in here. Learn the password and destroy the envelope. Dismissed. You are a most gracious boss, Moxie.
Moxie! Did you just hand over the password to X04?
Why, You have got to be gesturing! How did...
Moxie, you fool. You've made the biggest blunder of your temporary career!
But the pie is...
We've got to stop Curtis using that password.
You should know my doctor has forbidden me to run.
If you refuse to cooperate, it'll be more than running you have to worry about. You, that way. You, up there. I'll take the corridor.
Why, sir, what a surprise! What are you in such a rush for?
None of your business. Out of my way.
Ah, Declan, nice of you to drop by. The atmosphere is not what it was.
You stole it from me, didn't you? What's the password?
Gemini.
Not the password.
You interfering toenail, I'll never forgive you. I'm not your enemy. There, now I want you to talk. Every last drop. What the deviled egg? Why isn't it... Nothing is happening. That's right, that's the password!
You were fooled, Curtis. We have all been fooled.
What do you mean? Duplessis, unable to answer for himself, had us running the world over like decapitated poultry. Because we were under the impression that there was one password, when there are in fact two.
No! 2 men received 2 passwords independently of one another. Neither knew the others, but they did know that they each had one. Declan, seeing a business opportunity, made this secret public knowledge.
So, did Declan kill Duplessis?
No. Although he would have. Once the leak went out, Duplessis must have known that Declan would pursue him to extract the other password by whatever means necessary. So, in order to guarantee prevention of total worldwide espionage, Duplessis deliberately crashed his helicopter.
You mean...
Of course, Declan knew that his password was now completely useless. But we did not. None of us did. He continued to feed the world hysteria, all just to make an immense profit from a useless bargaining chip.
What a dirty, rotten, double-crossing, two-faced heel. Who cares about secrets? I just wanted the cash. I'll never forgive you.
That meddling Duplessis! All that work for nothing! Duplessis was far wiser than any of us. Perhaps he was burdened by the knowledge that was forced upon him. Or maybe he wants to teach us a lesson. In any case, by his sacrifice, he has already saved the world. 2 words cost his life.
A die Legomenon. To die for. I have to keep that in, don't I?